Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I'm going to solve the placement of the soundbars for good, and it's a free DIY solution. Let me just show you. It's laying here. This is the stuff that we're going to be using in this video. Zip ties and zip tie sticker systems. These are sold probably near no cost in any hardware store. And right now what you're seeing is an Epson LS650. But where do we put the soundbar? Let's just talk about it. Big problem of soundbar placements and how we are going to fully solve this problem with a free solution. And what's the negatives and what's the positives of this solution, or basically in general soundbar placement. Let's talk about this. For this, I need to open up the lights. Let's just open up the first light. This is the side light, and I'm going to close the video light. We're going to walk inside of the room and get closer. But right now what you're seeing is an Epson LS650 and XGIMI Horizon 20 Max, two projectors, and I still am waiting for my new projector screen to come. By the way, the room is a mess, as you can see. Seat is a mess, tabletop is a mess, so I'm not going to show you the rest of the room. So I'm going to stand here for a second and adjust the camera to talk about this topic. Just get a little bit closer. Yes, this angle will explain probably, okay, where are we in this stage. So let's walk and talk in the same time. So I got my meter on. This is Epson LS650, and the soundbar is right now below the TV unit. I placed it with using just zip ties, and just this system I will show you again. And also I've used just one Phillips screws for each one of them to screw it under the TV unit. So there is going to be one need of a tool of a screwdriver and two screws in this setup, but it's a near free solution, pretty easy to use. So first of all, I need to talk to you about the soundbar placement. There are two positions that is near impossible to solve without changing some of the hardware's placement. Let's talk about default TV, not projector, because many of you I know using TVs. In the studio, I got my early home TV, LG QNET 816RE, but I've done it with thousands of TVs over a long period. Majority of TVs like 2-finger or up top 3-finger height from the ground up, like the TV unit. So majority of soundbars are starting from 4-finger height, if that is a proper soundbar. I'm not talking about Nakamichi style high level and big soundbars, or Sonos, or maybe Yamahas, JBLs, Sonys, whatever you want to call them. Soundbars are not getting thinner. Most of them are getting thicker and bigger because we need more power from them. But easy of use ends there, because once you want to put a thick soundbar in front of your TV without the space clearance from the ground up to your TV, you need to put holes to the walls and wall mount your TV to solve that problem. So that's a big installment. Like, you need multiple holes on the walls, you need a placement. If you're not good with DIY or any tool, if you're living in America, you need to find the studs and to put it onto the right, the carriers of the walls. You don't want to put holes in the false place, and TV will fall apart from the wall and you got a mess and damage all over the place. But if you got a stone wall, or like we call it beton in Turkish, so solid walls that you can put holes, like European wall style or Byzantine wall style, the solid walls, you can put holes wherever you want. You can drill it and you can mount your TV, but still mounting your TV on a wall is a big task. So you can solve the TV issue, or you can put some height beneath the TV. There are units that are sold, put your soundbar underneath the TV, but those are, again, it's not going to be cheaper, and you must spend a lot of money to make it, perfectly fit your already own furniture, or you go IKEA and buy a new one. Or you can buy, having a space of your soundbar, like a TV unit, dedicated space, you can put it under. But there's a catch. The longer the soundbars are going, it's going to be much more difficult to find a place for the soundbar, because the TV units tend to be designed for 10 to 15 years old technology. They think about like gaming consoles, like small things, or Blu-ray players like this. I know there are furniture brands out there, new ones, they have big spaces, but still, if you keep too much of a big space just for your 1 or 1.2 meter huge soundbar, it'll be ugly, like huge hole inside of the TV unit. So probably you're not going to have the place. So that's why I am putting the soundbar beneath the TV unit. In that case, you will tell me one thing. I know, acoustically, or the ear level, this is not the ideal place. Okay, we're living in reality, not ideal world, okay? There is no, you can call it like a physics question. No friction, like the force that you're using without the friction, there is no wind. That's the ideal world. Like this +4 degree, everything's perfect. No, everything is not perfect in real life. And that's where my solution comes in. So it's not the ideal placement, I agree. So you can mount your soundbar putting holes onto wall, just like your TV, and you can mount it. And I put a lot of holes. Now I need to cover them up, paint the entire wall. So I got probably 16 holes that I filled, maybe even more, for a lot of different mounting systems over the time. So in this video, we covered the first step, the TV. Now the second part comes in, the ultra short throw projectors. If you ever purchased an ultra short throw projector, like you see here, this is an Epson LS650. The distance between the projector and the wall right now is about 14 centimeters. And the half of this space is dedicated to wall and TV unit and the cables. But the problem is not that. Even if you find a slim, slick soundbar to put behind the power cable of your projector, the HDMI cable of your projector, optical cable of your projector, even the HDMI-Arc cable of your projector that goes to your soundbar is going to be here. So you can't put a soundbar behind an ultra short throw projector. You might think about in this stage, why do I need a soundbar setup? Because most of the high-end ultra short throw projectors have good sound solutions. Well, you might have a 5.1.2, 7.1.4, 11.1.4. I don't know how many speakers that you might want, but when you do, that is going to be a matter. The second thing, the wattage of the soundbars are much higher than the default of many of the projectors, even though they are getting good, even better each day, up top like 20, 30 watts, 40 watts, but you're not going to have 500 watts RMS power out of any projector for that matter, because the main purpose of an ultra short throw projector, for God's sake, it's a projector. So don't expect it to be like a huge woofer, wirelessly back speakers and with the surrounds and stuff. So this is going to be suitable for you. In a minute, you're going to see different sections of installation and how it's placed underneath the TV unit. If you ask me, it's a very versatile setup, so you can use your zip ties in a different spaces. So right now, my soundbar is floating. I didn't even squeeze the zip ties perfectly fit. So I can place another soundbar later on. I can reopen it. The thing that I've used the HDMI-Arc cable to go underneath the TV unit, and then it's connected to the soundbar. Right now, when I open up the projector, it opens with the projector. Same thing applies with the TVs. I know it's not going to be the perfect placement. It's going to be lower to the ground level. It's not going to be perfectly sitting your ear level in an ideal world. But if you got a problem like this, I'm guessing this is the free way to solve. You need 2 screws for a smaller soundbar like I did, 3.1 TCL. But if you got an even bigger soundbar, you just have to buy 4 of these, like 4 stickers and zip tied holders where you're going to put your screw into the middle and screw it underneath the TV unit. Yes, there is a screwing issue, but you don't need any drilling. You can just use it with the screwdriver or a wrench. You can easily do it by the hand. It's going to be taking a little bit more time. If you got a motorized screwdriver, well, that's fine. You can do it in seconds. So I did it with my hands, 2 screw holes. It took about 5 minutes. And then I zip tied it at just the height. The only thing that you should be worrying is height clearance for if you got a robot vacuum cleaner to go underneath the TV unit. If you got a big sound bar and if you lower it down just to clear the sound audio way, because if you put it too high, okay, stitch it underneath the TV unit, then the sound wave goes like the circle, okay? It needs to be separated. So if you put it too close to the TV unit, the sound will hit the TV unit's bottom and then bounce back to the floor again. So in an ideal placement, you can lower it down. That way the sound signals will come to you in a more natural way. But when you lower it too down, too lower extremely down, then your vacuum cleaner could hit it. So it's a solution from me. I guess you learned from this video. Let's open up the lights and show you how the setup looks in real-time use scenario. So this is the way to go. Let's take the camera. We don't have an LR screen right now, so there is nothing wrong with it. So let me just take the camera. Okay, you don't see anything, do you? I'm going to sit. Do you see it now? You see it just a darker line underneath here. Follow my finger here. I will lower my camera down again for you. Yes, there is a one thing. It's underneath. Let's go. You can't understand it properly once you kneel down. You see the soundbar. It's floating around. Still, cable management hasn't finished. I can create perfect cable management, and this is the stuff that I'm talking about. So you're going to see the sections. I don't want to keep this video too long, but as you can see, I can shake it, I can rotate it, I can reach out to cables, everything works fine. I can zip tie it to uptight, and I can make it stiff without floating like this. But with this way, if I need to adjust anything, I need to cut the zip ties. But with this way, I can even change the soundbar later on. The cable that you see black is ugly, I know. It's the cable that comes for HDMI-Arc. We can hide it any seconds, and you all know by now. So I'm going to go from here to show you how it really looks on the side. So there is a vacuum cleaner on this edge, if you look tip of my finger, and that vacuum cleaner cannot hit the soundbar. I made the measurement. This is quite a bit of height, but even if we had a problem, we will just hire the soundbar without any problem. Just shorten the zip tie. That's about it. So if we take a look at the cables and the rest, if we get them together, closer, we will solve the entire problem. You can do it with TVs. You can do it with projectors. I hope to see you in the next video. Until the next video, bye from Home Cinema and Tech Review, and I will be leaving you with this video's different sections, how I install it. Bye. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you what we are using in the close-up line. So this is a zip-tied locking system. As you know, the zip ties, they are easy to find, pretty easy and reusable if you know the trick of, putting this locking system unlocked just by using a knife or small pin. So you can unlock it and reuse it again. So they are pretty strong. What we're going to do is using in my case, Phillips screwdriver right into the middle because they have spots right in, and it's going to be like this. I'm going to uncover the sticky area, so we're going to rely on sticker and also the power of the screw, and we're going to base our sound bar with the zip ties. You can use zip ties from this direction and this direction, so you can go two directions. It will be very strong since the sound bars are not extremely heavy based on the entry levels. Of course, you can handle them like this, but if you have a heavier sound bar, I recommend at least use two of these setups for each side, but I'm going to just use one for the right, one for the left, and we will be screwing here under the TV unit right here, as you can see. And also you're seeing my TV satellite receiver. I'm going to try to hide them off behind the TV unit, and everything will be clean and good looking in the end. This section is over. In this stage of the video, I have applied a couple of paper tapes, which I can remove easier because the TCL has, as you can see, like a brushed up top surface, and it's quite stylish. If you're going to remove it later on to reuse it up top, it needs to be, you know, at least not scratched. So potentially my metal legs could scratch it. So in terms of protection, I have applied also another paper tape here. But what I'm going to do, I can apply paper tape all around the place, or I can add a couple of 3M stickers, like a double layer, like the behind of this sticker. But for now, it could be okay. If you ask me, two short zip ties are far more than enough for traveling around this sort of small, as you can see, soundbar. I think we'll be having enough of a power output. We're going to look into that. If we have to do crossover like this angle and also this angle like a maybe crossover action, we could retry it again. I will show you the final results. In this stage of the video, I want to make clear that you understand how we move forward. As you can see right now, it's hanging like a swing version. So as you can see, I can move the speaker easily. It's free. I can pull it out or in. I can center position if it's not basically fully centered, if you haven't measured the holes properly. But this can even hold a lot more weight. If you have additional power adapters and bricks, you can put it on the soundbar setup if you go this direction, as you can see. But I'm going to go for a tighter fit. I'm going to get the speaker a little bit of above, but I know if you tell me that acoustically this is not perfect, because higher you go, you will be blocking more of the sound for separation, because sound goes like a triangle like this, not a tubular fire like this, because when the sound signal goes, they eventually like circle, they grow around, so they need more space. So dropping down is cool. How it's look from a distance will be the issue. So if you go far back and sit down like this, I can see the soundbar. So for now, it's not annoying. I'm going to try that. If this success, I will be keeping it like this. If not, if the sound is good enough, I can make it higher. One of the reasons that you want to make it higher too, if you have a vacuum cleaner, let's just do it like this. I got space like less than 4 fingers, but my Xiaomi cleaning system is more than 4 fingers. With the radar system, lidar or radar system, I need at least 5 fingers. So in order for this device to get through, I need to get it higher. Otherwise, it will be hitting the speaker and hurting the system. So normally, I would have left it like this, where it is, if you are going to go manual cleaning. But even if you do normal vacuum cleaning system, you should make them higher to hide the speaker more and also help the cleaning lady of the house or anyone comes to cleaning. This section is over, but I think you got the idea. After I installed the soundbar at the system like this, we get it up higher, little higher. Still, cabling is on progress. It's not going to be finishing in this video. Everything works smoothly. What happens, we created more height, but you're going to be having a little more hard time to use your remote if it's an IR. So in terms of connection, I've added another cable to my LS650. It is one of the HDMI-Arcs. Let's take a look at this. This is a HDMI-Arc connection. So when the projector opens, the soundbar automatically connects to it. So this will solve your general remote control, at least power up problem. It will power up with the projector or TV itself. And this section is over. This is a big problem that you have to solve, and it's easy just with a one cable if you're supporting the e-arc or arc with your soundbar.